fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live. Okay.
Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve.
Welcome back to Cruise Mistake. Gripstake here, coming at you live on Grimerica FM. It is Tuesday, March 31st, the last day of March, and we have a pretty incredible show planned for you. I mean, there's definitely going to be no virus talk, just endless good vibes. That's what we're doing, because it's Cruising with Steak, and it wouldn't be Cruising with Steak without the cruise with my main man, Mr. James Cruz.
Because I know it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's going on?
Dude, just, living the dream, man. We also got Mr. Jerry Cthulhu.
Who can't spell tonight. Yes. Hello. How are you?
Spelling. Wonderful. And we have Mr. ThatGuy.
Because the whiskey ain't going to drink itself.
No, it isn't. No, it is. Speaking of, okay, no, we'll get to this after. And we also have B.Strut. Bill?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Bill. How's it going? You still quarantined in Michigan?
Wonderful. Hell yeah, man.
Nice. And we got Flavortown?
Yes.
What's up, man?
Hey, dude.
And also Mellowhorus.
Hey, yo, how's it going? Yeah.
Yeah. And out of nowhere, we got joined in the legendary Sir Felix Ortega.
Hi.
Right when he was taking a drink. And rounding it out, the wonderful Suzanne. I don't know if Suzanne can talk.
She can't talk right
No,
now.
she can't.
Plandemics for 1,000, Alec.
Plandemics.
Yeah, we totally got Hollywood Squares going tonight.
Yes, we do have Hollywood Squares. Man, here it is, guys. Tuesday night. There's all sorts of fun stuff happening. 5G bills have been passed. German financial ministers are winding up suicided. There's all sorts of things going on other than this distraction.
Happening.
Everything really is all happening. There was literally just a 6-point something earthquake in outside of Boise. That guy.
There was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We felt it up here.
You did feel it?
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, I was in the basement here in the armored bunker at that ranch, and thought I was no, I haven't been drinking yet. Oh no, the actual ground is moving. Yes, yeah, haven't felt that since I left California. Stan.
Man, how often does that happen? I feel like I don't hear a lot of Idaho earthquakes going on.
It's like right on the rim of Yellowstone too, isn't it?
The rim.
You said rim.
I did say rim.
Yeah, so it happens more in Yellowstone, but between us and Yellowstone, I'm on the north. I'm a little bit south of Coeur d'Alene. So there's a bunch of mountains. There's 2 mountain ranges between us and the great big bloody hole in the ground.
Are you in or outside? Inside or outside the caldera?
Oh, we're way outside the caldera.
Okay.
If you were to look at the destruction maps, we're kind of we're right on the edge of the. We're on that boundary between the burning to death zone and the choking to death zone.
Oh, fun.
So I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm
You get
looking
a little
forward to it.
both?
Whatever
It's
it
a
is.
good choice. It's better than, vaporization.
I like the getting fucked in the ass zone.
Yes, so I think we're all in that zone right now.
I'd rather
Taking
take
it hard.
vaporization. It's over.
We are all taking it hard right
Taking
now.
it real
Don't make me
hard.
laugh.
I've been
I gotta
grabbing
get a
my
bloody
ankles
nose.
for 2 weeks now.
Pretty much.
I
And they just
know.
extended it 30 more days. No more
Oh, man.
businesses. Like
Operation
insane.
Shutdown, dude.
For now.
Oh.
God, who knows? But then what,
Yeah,
what was
really
the
an
nature-
operation
30 more
after
Okay, I
after
said
that
we're not going
30.
to talk about the virus, but it's impossible to not talk
Well,
about
we're
it.
talking about the shutdown.
Yeah,
You were being
yeah, there we go. There we go.
Sarcastic.
But yeah,
Of
well,
course.
there may have been a
Let's
little
not
bit.
talk about something.
But right now, if what did Trump just post? He did that whole thing talking about the new 30 days to slow the spread. And all it says is if you feel sick, stay home, don't go to work. If you have children who are sick, keep them home. If someone in your household is tested positive, make sure everybody stays at home. And then if you're an older person, stay home, or if you're a person with this, stay home. It's nothing like Like I feel like it's more just the
Nothing burger.
Yes, man, and it's coming out more like, oh wait, maybe not many people are gonna die from this. It's still fatal to some people, but it's not the complete Armageddon that they portrayed it to be with 2 million dead. Like it's
they've been totally walking it back for the last 2 or 3 days.
So it's almost like now it's, I don't know, dude, and just the way, like, this is why I've been fishy from the beginning, because if it was something serious, why are they going to leave anything open? Like if it was actually serious, like these politicians wouldn't even be talking. They'd be freaking out. People would actually be freaking out. And it's kind of just now it's all political. So it's fuckery. It's all fuckery, people. Like
actually what you'd probably see is an endless series of questions about, hey, has anybody seen Pelosi? Where's Schumer? I haven't seen him in like 3 days. Where the hell is everybody?
Are you referring to some sort of the storm is here? Some QAnon?
No. I'm talking about if it was really going down, they'd be.
If it was really going,
they'd be in the butter.
Schumer doesn't do public stuff much. Pelosi's been on all the shows talking about how Trump's, got blood.
That's exactly.
On his hands.
She's out there doing all her political nonsense.
Yeah, CNN, MSNBC.
And it's like, honestly, if they're just gonna completely push this thing as a political matter, like right there, that should tell the entire country that this is bullshit. How about Sweden? Sweden's just like, screw it, we're just gonna open back up, and if people feel like they want to stay home, go for it. Like they're just.
Belarus was like that too.
Yeah, they're just like, no, like let people take a chance, like if they're gonna risk it, because it's not. Dude, I mean, it's not as fatal as what they're saying it is, and they're hyping it up so hard.
The leader of Belarus, I forget his name, but he said the way to cure it is vodka and saunas.
Yeah.
I don't know, probably.
That's how I'm staying healthy.
Seems how you cure it cold.
That was his recommendation to his people. I'm not closing it down.
It is a cold. It's just a fucking cold.
Right. The numbers are exaggerated because not everyone's been tested. We've been over this 100 times. Plus, I found out this week that the tests that they've been giving people identify if you have a coronavirus period in your body. The antibody test.
Not that specific one.
It's not specific to COVID-19. It just says it just looks for the marker of COVID virus, which means
or coronavirus.
Whatever. That means just about everyone's going to have it because everyone's had a cold.
Mm-hmm.
It binds to the disease part rather than to the vector part where it gets into the cell.
Yep, the vector breaks off.
It's just crazy, man.
The vector targeting.
These tests that they're giving people, just jamming it up their nose. It's just everything about this is just weird. It's just very weird.
They're DNA tests. There's something else going on.
Yeah.
Or
why would
they're
they
putting
people?
something on your basal ganglia.
That too. They're implanting you. Why are they putting troops, 1 million troops in Cheyenne Mountain?
I didn't hear anything about this.
You didn't? Oh yeah.
Nope.
They moved all essential personnel and like 1 million troops into Cheyenne Mountain.
I might know somebody I can ask about that.
Maybe it's not 1 million.
When you say
Millions.
like, who are you referring? Are you referring to like the active military
or like National Guard or so like active duty?
They're
troops.
calling back like $1 million, $1 million troops.
The DoD is isolating critical troops and commanders to be ready in a crisis.
I also heard something. Pompeo came out and said if you are out, like if you're abroad right now, get your ass back to America like immediately. Like I don't know how true that is.
I read on the news. There's that. I put that article into chat. But it's a total thing. They moved a bunch of people in there, and then I forget who I heard say this, but someone said they had read that the CIA was moving. They were, getting rid of the non-essentials and taking the essentials into Cheyenne with these critical troops.
Yeah.
My question is, why are they doing that if it's just a cold?
I don't know, man.
Or it's not fuckery. You know what I mean? It's either a pandemic or it's not. It's either really bad. Or they know something.
If they were doing that, they're doing it because somebody might get a stupid idea while we're in a position where there's a lot of people sick and everybody's distracted.
Well, we're going to be in Mad Max world in a week if this keeps up.
Dude, all the people that are running out of money are totally going to start looting.
I know.
That's exactly it. I mean, that's why I think they need to bring the guards in. Because, I mean, It's only a matter of time. They're not really doing anything. And what's $1,200 this bullshit going to do? It's going to do nothing for nobody.
No shit.
Most of it's just going to go back to
4%?
Yeah, but most of it is going to go back to people paying money back from money they've already borrowed from somebody. Like it's all gone. Like it's a cycle.
Congress is already working on a second stimulus package.
Oh yeah, they're going into phase 4. They're going into phase 4 for another $2 trillion to get passed. And where the fuck is all this money going? It's
so far, what is 6 trillion?
It's going to corporations.
Yeah, so we'll be at
I put the map in chat last week.
Yeah, we watched that video on how big, dude. Fucking a trillion. A trillion's huge. Like I just don't even think that people can comprehend how huge that number is. It's insane.
It doesn't matter though; they'll just make more money.
It's 1,000 billion. A trillion is 1,000 billion.
Thank you, Jerry.
Wow.
That's what the Wikipedia says.
No, it is. Oh, does it?
No,
but that's
no
really,
idea.
you can visualize 1,000 of something. But so visualize 1,000 $1 billion bills.
Yeah, but I can't even visualize a billion. That's what I'm saying. Like it's insane.
Well, a billion is 1,000 million. Can you visualize $1 million? Have $1 million?
I mean, what do I look like, Mr. McIntosh? Come on.
I can. I mean, I was close.
I totally can. Yeah.
Man, nobody got my blank check reference. But anyway,
I got the receipts, bitch.
It's just, what did I hear on No Agenda? They were talking about how the dollar is still like the dollar is still king. Like across the world, everybody loves the dollar. It's doing wonderful. So we're going there's gonna be no more
they don't want to
gold.
be invaded.
But it's. I mean, it's just it's gonna be a dollar-backed world. They're just gonna keep printing it out. It's gonna have endless value. There's gonna be nothing.
Basically, if this was some kind of foreign espionage, let's put it that way, to crash the U.S. dollar or to hurt America, that didn't work.
No.
No, the dollar's not gonna get crashed.
Haha.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's with 0%. Like, what's going on with the Fed now? Like,
but I saw $1.45.
I
saw gas for $1.45 yesterday.
We're in the end times when that happens.
Yeah.
When I see it at a quarter.
What's going on with what did you say? I'm sorry.
No, I paid $1.73. Like it's
Someone
cheap as
said,
fuck.
What's going on with? And then I forgot what they said.
Yeah, it was
Get off your phone and remember what you said.
What's going on with airplane food?
I was talking about $1.73 gas. I don't know what you're talking about, Jerry. What somebody said.
What's going on with airplanes flying? If you look at like Flight Radar 24/7,
dude, there's tons of planes in the air.
Tons of planes in there. There's like
no
stoppage of travel.
Going?
What is moving around?
Nobody.
Chemtrails.
Dude, when I go to Midway tomorrow, I will give you guys video of the entire thing. I'll show you everybody standing around because it's going to be weird.
I want to see what the inside of the plane looks like.
I will.
Like you're all 6 feet apart or not.
If there's even anybody on the plane. Like I checked in and I'm in like boarding group A, like number 7. So it's possible there's only like a dozen people on this plane.
We're going to use cell phones to track you in live time to enforce social distancing.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, what would suck is if you get there and they take your temperature and you got a fever, you'll be put in quarantine for 2 weeks.
Oh God!
At the airport.
At the airport.
And you'll have to.
Dude, as long as I can still text you guys from there. Yeah, right, dude. Lady Eboshi would rip through that fucking airport and drag me out of there. There'd be no way I'd be quarantined in that airport.
111 in there. You don't even want to fuck with that.
No way.
You'd be forced to eat nothing but Jamba Juice and frickin' snacks from Hudson News.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that movie. It was called The Terminal with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, So I was watching the Simpsons movie, and there's a scene in it where Tom Hanks is like doing a commercial, and the commercial is him like trying to convince people that like the government should be trustworthy, and like it was I forget what the product was that he was trying to provide. Oh, it was something about the Grand Canyon, how they were going to do something with the Grand Canyon. But yeah, it was just weird seeing that like Tom Hanks in that movie. And
there's so much propaganda in older movies, like in the 80s and 90s, that just we didn't see. When you go back and look at it, you're like, oh my God, they're so preachy.
Propaganda and product placement ads.
Yep. It's creepy as fuck.
We're all getting mind controlled, people.
Yeah, I mean he's in Gitmo now, so that's really
Oprah?
exactly.
Did you see those pictures of
has
him
anyone
with his hands up?
has anyone seen Oprah?
No, dude, because she's in
I don't
Gitmo. She
know.
posted one time on
Was
Twitter.
it week 2?
Wait, I thought she was dead.
She's giving out instant pots.
I think we know who
You
really
get a
is giving out
waterboard,
his-
and you get a waterboard.
No, but don't you think she'd do some like cringe selfie quarantine video, letting everyone know how she was doing? You know, where are those?
She's actually
No
cool,
way.
probably.
Yeah, probably.
You think she's cool? She needs to let everyone know she's alive.
She's cooler than those fucks who did that shit.
Who knows?
True.
It's crazy.
Well,
And so is
there-
Ryan Reynolds too. Put out a post somewhere where he's making fun of people. He's like, celebrities come before our politicians and healthcare workers and puppeteers or mannequins. I forget what he said, but it was really funny.
Yeah, they can go wherever the fuck they want. They're rich. They don't need to do shit. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They're not going anywhere. No, they're not getting fines for being out. If somebody sees a celebrity when they're out, they're just gonna lose their shit.
Who's really getting? Does anybody know anybody that's getting fines? I've heard stories that there might be people getting fines, but
not in this country.
Do you think you're going to get a fine? Dude? Are you
yeah.
scared
I'm
about
not going to
that?
get a
Steve
fine.
knows.
They're the same ones that are getting sick.
Pretty much.
Test
Suzanne, what do you got?
So the guy that Steve works with, he knows people that how to get together. They had like an engagement party or something, and they all got ticketed for
That's California,
a group
though, right?
gathering.
Yeah. Yeah. It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still gonna get all the money they can
Sacramento
from the public.
County.
That's technically unconstitutional for them
It sort
not
of
to be able
is.
to gather. You're supposed to be allowed to gather in public. I mean, that's the whole point.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I think the Constitution is out the window right now, Jerry. I don't
I
think it
think it is
exists.
too.
More like the lolstitution.
The Lolstitution, exactly.
It's out the window because nobody is
Doesn't exist.
questioning the fact.
Nobody's asserting it. Nobody's challenging it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all just being dutiful slaves.
Mm-hmm.
I got nowhere to gather to start with. I mean, I'm not saying
No, they're all
gonna
coming.
be there.
Everybody comes to the fucking grocery store. It's like the gathering.
All the
place
rallies
now.
start at my house.
Dude, there's people just come in there just to talk to each other, and they're all just distancing. They're all being weird. Everybody's weird. Like it's just there's the mind virus is hard.
paranoid.
Yes, the mind virus is so hard. Like I had a delivery guy come in today, and I was like, and he comes in and like I sign his tablet for the bill and stuff. I'm like, it's like, what, you don't have me to sign anything? He's like, oh no, I'm not bringing my tablet around right now and having people touch it. And like he's being all weird. And I'm like, oh, all right, man. And I'm like, okay. It's just weird.
Wow.
Just these people have these mind viruses.
Are we the only two people right now that are still interacting with the public?
I am.
I'm not.
I mean, I wash my hands when I go home.
But I mean, like right now, like as of right now, we're the only two people that are directly interacting with the public.
All day long. I'm interacting like just people like within feet of me talking all day long. Like it's
all you people stuck at home that haven't been outside or been to a store.
That's
or been
why
to a
I
place
think it
in a
doesn't
long
affect
time.
me. And dude, I hear people talking. They're like, "Oh, so and so has it over here." Like they're talking about people like in the town or like towns over that have confirmed cases and stuff. And it's like, honestly, if in such a small town like this where everybody's like they fuck each other at church and they're just all over the place and they come to the grocery store and they touch all the things, like
what church is this?
It's dude, there's like 47 churches in a town of 5,000. Like it's insane, or even less. Like it's just insane. But dude, it's there. Like it's already ripped through everybody. It's whether or not people have actually been tested or been sick, because that's the only way you get tested is if you get sick enough to go to the hospital and you're like dying, then you get the test. But other than that, man, if you just have like a cough and it's just like a day of sickness, how are you even gonna know? The
ass kicker about this whole thing is that the ass kicker about this whole thing is that when people get sick, they had just been going to work, and now people are scared to death that they're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
But the same good sense applies now as it did before. If you're sick, don't go to work. Don't be a jackass and make other people sick.
You know how many times I've been at work and just seen like the flu just rip through, like just the staff just like people calling off every day and shit. Like it's insane.
Maybe employers will be more lenient about letting people take time off. Or
no, what they
it'll be
need to
built
do.
in.
what they need to do is during times when there's a plague going on, and I can see this happening for like normal flu season and stuff like that. What the IRS needs to do is say, okay, so the CDC or Health and Human Services has declared that dates X to Y are flu season, plague, or whatever, and people who call in sick and still get paid for that time off, just make it a tax deduction for the company. Just make it a tax deduction. It's not that hard. Then you wouldn't have to worry, and like for the salary that they're getting paid while they're out, rather than dealing with exponential amounts of contagion spreading throughout the community and throughout the company, and affecting the bottom line of the company. Like everybody wins. The company has less to worry about with people that are that are out sick, because they know that they're going to be able to deduct that from their bottom line. It just
kill the bosses, lynch the landlords, murder the government. Let's all just fucking have fun. That's all I'm saying.
Let's have fun.
That's all I'm saying. That's the only way that we're gonna get out of this one. Just eliminate authority.
I'm telling you and Joe over at OBDM.
Pitchforks and nooses is the only way we're going to be liberated. And drag
torches.
The guillotines. Get
Torches,
the guillotines, baby.
Torches and
heads are going to roll in the streets. That's what needs to happen. Oh, man.
Yeah, they do. It does.
But, good vibes, people. Don't let this shit get you down. Don't let this shit get you down.
Conjuncting.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, there's a bunch of shit going on astrologically.
But it's political.
What's going on? What's this meat grinder stuff? Is there any astrologers here that can explain this meat grinder to me that I've been hearing about?
What?
Anybody?
There could have been, but you said I couldn't invite her.
Steak.
Okay.
Steak.
All right. Well, if nobody knows about it, but something crazy astrologically is going on from what I hear.
All right, what did you hear? You give it to us. What?
No, that's just what I heard. Just shit's gonna get wild. That's literally the extent of my knowledge and how much I retain actual information.
It's some kind of Saturn conjunction, if I remember.
Okay, I can't emphasize this enough. Nothing ever happens.
Nothing.
This
ever
is true.
happens.
Well, shit happens, but it just
happens
depends
all the
on
time.
if
It's
it
just how we
happens
react
to
to it.
you.
Nothing ever happens.
I don't think things happen. Things don't happen drastically enough to completely upend our reality. It's just a slow burn where things like things are always changing crazily. We don't realize it. Like that's how we're in this situation right now. Like it's extended over a month. And all of a sudden we're in full lockdown. Just madness. We're boiling frogs, people. That's what we're doing. We're just
I can't help but think about that video game. This lady who was she worked for some video game company. She was like, I don't know, vice president or something. She'd started this company with someone. And here in California, she killed herself. And her last things that she told people was, it's a simulation.
What's wrong?
We're in a simulation. And she fucking killed herself.
What?
Whoa.
But did you mean like a pandemic simulation? Like
no. This happened way before the pandemic.
So like a sim theory simulation.
Right. They said, she just went crazy and said it was a simulation. We live in a
talk about Britney
simulation.
Spears?
I was like, well, that doesn't sound that fucking crazy.
Britney Spears. Lindsay Lohan's coming back, you guys.
Did anybody figure out where she respawned?
Britney Spears popped into my dream.
You had a Britney Spears dream?
And Dr. Tedros.
Did it again?
There was in my dream, there was this close up of Trump doing like a press conference, and then it backed away, and it showed that there was like a really small audience in front of Trump. It was one of those camera tricks. Since it was zoomed into him, there was it looked like there were thousands of people.
Right.
And then it backed away, and there was a couple people, and then all of a sudden, Britney Spears was the president, and she was like slurring her speech and walking up to people, getting really close to their faces and talking to their close to their face.
This is the reality I want.
And slurring and saying just weird things.
Man, Britney for president. Let's do it, you guys.
If she gets within ass grabbing range, are you in? Would you vote for her?
And then she get reelected, and she says, "Oops, I did it again."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh snap! Oh, I see what you did there.
Just crushing it. Man.
Nice.
Dude, we're totally gonna get a Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan presidential ticket coming up.
Just the trailer park slut ticket. Just on the tiger. This the Tiger
the
King
battle
ticket.
from the front of the park and then the back of the park, dude.
Just give me that Paris Hilton Secretary of State positioning, please.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Just
the
make
crick.
life good. Man.
Is this what we've come down to in quarantine?
Yeah,
Guys,
dude, I mean,
Just
really.
naming hot chicks for government.
Yes, I mean, hot chicks says who, but
I think they have to. It has to be hot chicks and wrestlers. That has to be the two political parties.
The Rock.
That will just move us right into idiocracy. Like
we're already
exactly my point.
We're already
Exactly
in
my point.
idiocracy.
Stone Cold, Steve Austin.
No, it was like Randy Camacho. Camacho was his name or something.
Yeah,
like
President Camacho. Yeah.
that. And that guy over there,
I mean,
he's gonna fix everything.
the only way you can like get someone that high energy again after Trump is like you have to get an actor, like an entertainer. There's literally no other choice at this point. He set the bar of shit posting and being insane like too damn high. Everyone's gonna demand Trump.
Who's the guy who smashes fruits? The smashes the fruits and
Gallagher. It was
He's dead.
Gallagher.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Gallagher died, but didn't his brother take
He
over
died
or
of-
something?
he
Wasn't
died
there
of
some sort
coronavirus
of
a
Gallagher
week ago.
shenanigans?
No way.
Dig this. You know who came back to life? You know who has come back to life?
Oh,
John Aston.
yeah, from
The guy from Twister.
Gomez
Yes.
Adams, the OG Gomez
Yes.
Adams.
yeah, he just had a birthday the other day. He's definitely
90
not dead.
fucking. He died. I remember him dying. It was hilarious.
Not
Hey,
on
do you
this
guys know
timeline
that the Eiffel Tower was open to the public in 1889 on this day, 131 years ago?
here. No, but that sounds
Nice. Yep.
awesome.
That was the Paris Exposition.
Fun fact.
Sounds
Yeah.
like some mud might have been involved there.
Sounds like some temporary buildings were erected and Antiquitech was getting shown off.
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh yeah, dude. It was all there.
What is
That's
that?
where electricity came from, allegedly. That's the story behind electricity, is that it was first used to light up the Eiffel Tower and shit at the
Oh shit.
World Expo in Paris. Yep.
Oh,
I
that's
think that was a
cool.
conspiracy theory in a movie too, like The Kingsman or something.
No, it was
it?
that Disney movie with Clooney. What was it called? Yeah,
Tomorrow World?
Yeah.
Tomorrowland?
Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
They
turns into a rocket.
teleport over there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah, that's where the official approved history version of modern electricity comes from. It's from the Eiffel Tower and the Paris World Exposition. But as Armaro pointed out in the chats, there's a shit ton of those towers all over the place that were around the same time or before.
No, they're just 5G towers.
Yeah, exactly.
Has all you guys been to Paris?
Nope,
Everyone?
never been.
Nope.
Never been to Paris.
I have. I've been there. I've been to the Eiffel Tower too.
Is it pretty tall?
No,
It's pretty. It's pretty tall. When you're standing under it, it looks pretty big.
I used to go up in the Sears Tower. That's pretty fucking tall.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000
taller
floors
than-
or something.
Yeah. Well, I've been in an airplane.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't
It's
exist.
creepy.
folks.
Up in the Sears Tower, they have like a glass box that hangs off the building, so you can like get in it and look down. I can't go in that thing.
Oh yeah, that
would be
elevator
awesome.
flies too. Super fast elevator. Sears Tower's awesome.
Yeah, your ears pop like
James.
1,000 times on the way up.
Pretty annoying.
James, remember my segment idea?
Wait.
Do you remember my segment idea, James?
No, I remember we talked about some, but no, I don't remember off
There's
the
a
top of
lot
my
that
head.
was going on in that group text.
Yeah.
I thought we could all talk about our scars. And how-
Oh, this,
what's
dude,
up.
dude, I don't have any scars. That's why I didn't
I
comment on that.
They're all emotional.
Yeah,
You are.
basically, I mean, if we get in my soul, you'll see some deep scars.
That's
But,
the scar segment.
but you want
Everybody's got
Emotional scars.
but physically, I'm just a perfect specimen. I mean, if we're talking,
And then James said he was going to go off about all his scars, and I go, no, just one scar per pod.
One per pod, yeah.
Per podcast.
I got enough for 2 years, dude. Easily. No, I mean, let's see.
James looking at scars now.
Let me think.
All right, piss the best scar.
The best scar.
Best scar. We got 30 minutes in and we're on scar chats. Hell yes.
Jesus. The best scar. One of the weirder ones is, I mean, well, some people may have, I don't know, have you ever been cauterized or smelled burnt flesh before?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
Smelled some burnt flesh.
That's
sure.
a weird one. That's
you
a
like
funky
gladiator
ass
movies?
Yeah. Well, did you ever get that done, like a tattoo gun? Because I have. No, I haven't. That would be horrible.
In a Turkish prison?
No, man. No, I remember one time I just got something done. Yeah, they were taking off like a wart or something on my elbow. They dug it out with like a mini ice cream scooper thing. Well, they shoot it up with Novocaine, then they dig it out with like a little tiny ice cream scooper. So it's
Was
like
it a skin tag?
It's like a crater. No, it was like a plantar wart or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I've had skin tags taken off. And
I had them my whole life, kind of. It's weird. I had one. Here's my wart stories. Yeah, I had like one on my elbow, and then I had two on my foot when I was a kid. That's when the crazy one. I think it was from like if you don't wear something in the showers, like flip flops or something, you know, like whatever camps, like the YMCA, like you
got plantar warts.
Yeah, when I was a kid, yeah, my toe, and so they had to do the same thing to my toe, and they cut it up. But this time that one they didn't burn it, but like when I was older, they burned it.
When you get them on your feet, that's like a sign of molestation.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. And
shit, you got warts on your feet? You've been molested. I'm sorry.
at the Y.
Yeah, at the YMCA. Yeah,
we've all been molested then, because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so
as
then
kids, we've all
got
had
those
warts
taken
on our
out.
feet.
Yeah, I remember I was all bummed when that happened when I was a kid too, because I think I just like was like full blown in the summer, and then got that done, and everyone was going to the pool and stuff constantly, and then that same weekend, like some friends, they were going to like a campground area with like 4-wheelers and shit, and I couldn't do shit because my foot just got like operated on. Like I remember that, and then but yeah, as far as the burnt skin smell, dude, that's pretty gross. That's a good scar. That's on my elbow.
You got just think of it as a consolation prize.
Yeah. Tune in next week for another scar story.
I got bit by a brown recluse. So
Suzanne, tell me that.
That'll leave a scar.
Fuck yeah.
I was at a wedding in Healdsburg, and I had on this little short dress, and I was,
looking
most
cute
of
as fuck.
time,
I bet.
oh my god, I was super skinny. Oh yeah, I looked great. But I had my knee, so I crossed my legs, and my knee was like right up against the table, and it was like the first wedding of the year. So it bit me right above my kneecap.
Oh.
And when I got home, of course I was passed out on the ride home because I drank too much champagne. But when I got home, I got in the shower and I was like, what the hell happened to my knee? I had a big bubble. It was huge. Bubble right above my kneecap. And so I had to go to the doctor, and they're like, oh yeah, that's a brown recluse. So there was like a scoop mark, like what James was talking about.
Yeah.
It eats away your skin. So there was like a circle scoop mark.
Yeah.
I just
I've those
silver sulfadiazine on it.
Jeez, that's fucking brown recluse. That's crazy.
I know. Especially my mom was sending me like all the gory pictures of the people.
Yeah, exactly.
That, like,
that's all I'm
lost half
thinking
their
of.
skin
I'm thinking of brown
shit.
recluse bites that I've seen on the internet. Like everybody's Googled, I'm sure.
Oh my god.
So Felix, we need a necrotic tissue jingle.
A necrotic tissue jingle.
Necromancy. Yeah.
Man.
Got it.
But from the virus's perspective, like I'm gonna eat you live kind of song.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
RHCP classic scar tissue.
Yeah.
Man.
I think I've told my memory. I have a memory of being like a freshman in high school and that song being scar tissue being a song. And I remember going to a county fair with a girl, and her mom was driving, and she was sitting in the front and I was sitting in the back. And I remember we were trying to hold hands. And I was sitting in the back seat, and we were holding hands from the front seat to the back seat.
Hell yeah.
And I remember scar tissue being on the radio and associating that song.
Just
with
so
that.
romantic and innocent.
People think I'm controversial, but the truth is, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought of something.
Let's hear it, Jerry.
Well, all those troops went into Cheyenne, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's sheltered in place. And there's been a lot of earthquake activity at Yellowstone. What if they know something?
Dude, I've been hearing explosions. I'm like I'm like 35 minutes south of Chicago, and I don't know what was that. It was either Friday, whatever night that was Friday night, because that was when we were recording in Zoom. We did the Patreon, and yeah, dude, I heard 3 huge explosions outside. Like they weren't fireworks, they were big ass booms.
Yeah.
And then I think Poop Slinger said something. He heard huge booms too. And then what was it? Who was
Somebody
it
said they
also
heard
in the
booms
chats?
in Ohio.
That was me. Yeah,
and there was somebody else in the chats. I think it was Mr. Safety. I think he's up in Chicago too, and he said he heard booms too, or something was going on.
It was like 9:30 that day, whatever, 9:30 p.m. East Coast time. Yeah, because we had just got done doing something, and I went upstairs because I asked my wife the same thing. I didn't really hear it.
Wait, was that on Friday?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, so it would have been. Yeah, dude, that was the same night that I was hearing it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
what about this
really
comet
weird.
that's supposed to come in?
Yeah. Wait, a comet's coming around?
It's fake. It's fake. Comics are fake.
And an asteroid.
Oh wait, wasn't it? Is it?
Oh,
an
if it's an asteroid,
or a
I
comet?
don't. It's fear porn. If it's a comet, it's something that we could see and like look
There's
at.
two
and it'd be
things.
pretty
It's
cool.
comet and asteroid.
When's the comet going to be out? When can I see it?
It's called Atlas, I believe.
It's out. You can see it. It's
Atlas.
It's blue.
blue. Yeah.
Where's it at in the sky?
Wait till it's dark and then look up. You'll see it.
That's I don't believe
Wait,
a word
I
that
was
you're
looking up
saying
last
right now.
night. I
That
didn't
guy.
see anything blue.
No, because he's full of shit right now.
Here,
He's
I got the
100% full of
story.
shit.
All brown.
Yeah,
It should be bright enough to see easily with binoculars.
Yeah.
Get
Or
those
with the
bananas.
unaided eye from
There's
dark
two.
sky.
Comets tend to have two different tails, right? So one is usually white, and the other is sort of bluish.
Man,
and they often go in different directions.
Sure as hell looks.
I was
green
really gonna
out
try to
here.
fit in an American
It
Tail
looks
5
green on
goes
the
west
internet.
or some joke.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
it does kind of look greeny.
The United States of America.
I couldn't get it out.
So it'll be closest to Earth May 15th.
May 15th?
Tax day?
Is
No,
May 15th? No,
May
that's-
15th.
Oh, May
The
15th.
reality is,
Oh, that's my new one I got.
Oh, it's totally green.
Tax
It is-
day is
it is
July
green.
15th now.
Hey, that's my birthday.
I know.
Crazy.
You get an instant pot.
That's my birthday too. It's not my birthday.
No, it isn't your birthday, that guy. Don't you try to
No.
dare steal my birthday thunder.
No,
I swear to God.
my birthday is June 31st.
It's the Cruising with Steak anniversary, too.
You're a Cancer too?
That guy, you're a Cancer?
I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
June
No
31st, yeah.
wonder.
Man, it only makes
No wonder
common
we
sense.
Joe.
When's your birthday?
June 31st.
No,
6 days after mine.
Grimsake.
15th of July.
Mine's
Got a
the,
bunch of cancers in here. Got a bunch of cancers in here.
Yeah, mine's the 17th. That's crazy. Bunch of cancers.
There was a video I saw where this girl was like saying all the bad things about each astrological sign. And she was like, Cancer, not everything is about you, okay? And I was like, oh my God, she's so right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit that makes me believe astrology when I read it.
Mm-hmm.
I was asking my wife about
Kinda
that,
freaks
the
me out.
mysterious boom thing because that's
yeah?
she's the one who mentioned it to me. She's like, did you feel that when you came up from downstairs? I'm like, no, man. So I just asked her if she heard like in around the locals or whatever, so maybe she can find out. I don't know if they heard anything. Oh no, she said no one knows what it was.
Nope.
Yeah, we had a mysterious boom here this morning, and
Yeah.
Mrs. That Guy just told me to leave the fan on.
Oh, God. there
Oh
he is.
Jesus, man.
There he is.
I knew it was
It's
going to be
He's
that.
coming in.
Yeah,
Coming in hard.
Dad
You got-
joke.
yeah,
Dad
that's
jokes.
great.
Man, speaking of, subscribe to the Patreon because we did our newest Patreon episode that we posted, we did an hour with
We're gonna use cell
Midnight
phones to
Mike.
track you in live time.
Whoops. God, when I'm plugging the Patreon, James.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
We were on Midnight Mike's viral side chat OBDM. We were on there for an hour.
Oh, that was awesome.
And then so we threw that, and then we popped in Zoom and hung out, and that guy was drunk as shit on martinis, screaming at us. It was a good time.
I got martinis with Bigfoot in them.
He was that drunk as shit. It was a great night.
Yeah.
So yeah, there it is.
I don't get into Q stuff.
So
but
yeah,
the reality
Patreon.
is,
Son of a.
we've the people woken up. There's been a total shift.
I'll keep it going.
Wait, is Alex a Q-tard?
Yeah, it
No,
sounds like he's
that
a
was anyway. Yeah, I'll play it again. Here, ready? I'll play it.
I don't get into Q stuff, but the reality is, we the people woken up. There's been a total shift.
I don't get into Q stuff.
Okay, where's the shift?
Man.
You know what? There was a ton of people out in our neighborhood today. Like, people are just like, fuck this shit. We are going outside.
Dude, that's what people are doing. Yeah, like a lot of people are just getting sick of it. Like they're getting and then you could tell like the Midwest like middle-aged moms are getting sick of their kids. Like they're just getting sick of everything.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's just it's getting ridiculous. And there's going to be a tipping point, and with no salons for them to go to, like I would be
People are
surprised.
gonna
That's the number one complaint that I'm hearing about from these women. I'm like, are you serious? Like this is just
no hair salon?
No, yes.
Seriously?
Like, God, they're insane.
I don't know what they're worried about with the hair salon.
There's bots around me. I'm just surrounded by bots.
Have you seen toilet paper at all?
Dude, there's been some on the shelf all week. I've had
one per pick. You can only go there and buy one, from what I heard from
Dude,
at
I
the
scored
store.
a 12-pack this last week.
Dude, I have
bring it to my house.
3.5 4-packs. I am not worried.
Uh-oh.
And it's Scott tissue.
Oh,
so
Suzanne, quality.
You got that double ply shit, dude. That's awesome.
no way, dude. It's single ply.
Oh, okay.
I've got 2 plans. I know that all of the stores are out of toilet paper around here generally most of the time. But I know that that Staples still has packing tape, so that's good. And
yeah.
That and I've got the fitting on the compressor that blows air. So I figured I would just try that. Yeah.
We're getting a handheld bidet.
There you go.
I think I said that last week.
That's a good move.
Nice.
Isn't that a shower
solid
head
move?
Well, pretty much, but it's just a little, you can fit it behind you in the toilet, I guess. I don't know. Haven't seen it yet, so.
Hell yeah.
Be interesting.
I don't think it's a handheld bidet. I think it's like
it's handheld. Yeah, you hold it in your hand. You have to hook it up to like whatever faucet.
It's like
it's not just like hooked up to your toilet.
It's like a shower head, a shower head, a flexible shower head.
It's like a little, except it has like a little. It almost looks.
You sure it's not just like a garden hose with a nozzle at the end?
Futuristic.
It looks like something you'd stick up your butt or something. I don't know.
Darling, I want to watch television. I'm sorry.
What do you think those things are for?
A squeeze bidet is actually called an enema bag. That's for the benefit of our Murrow.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you have to tell the folks on the wet side of the Cascades this certain things, but
hey, if toilet paper's going out, I'm just covering my bases. That's all.
I mean, it's a good call. The panic shopping has seemed to die down, though. The past week has been pretty normal business. People are just kind of confused right now, and they're starting to get tired. They're just tired of it. But there's no more panic shopping going on, which is nice.
I still see people in masks.
People are probably out of money.
Oh yeah, dude. There's people in masks like crazy, and they're on the bed. Like it's insane. But there's the biggest thing that I heard today was people were walking around. They had like insane amounts of beer in their cart. And they're claiming that Indiana and Illinois are going to stop alcohol sales like within the next week or something, which I've heard nothing about. Like I've been looking at the governor's site, like nothing's been said about this. But these people they see these rumors and then they freak out and sales boost. So I think that like the booze companies probably put some fear porn out there and really get out. It's crazy though, man.
Well, there have been states or counties that have suspended alcohol sales.
See, so what's the logic?
Think about all the heroin and meth addicts that can't get their.
Oh, dude, I know.
Yeah. Why would they not be able to get it? It's not like the heroin and meth stores closed. They go to their dealer. What do you think? Illegal drugs aren't going to be
they
there?
don't have jobs.
But if they can't be out on the street,
yeah, but you need Drano and frickin' and Sudafed to cook meth. And you can't get that stuff.
I doubt if the meth dealers are out of business.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, illegal drugs are still running perfectly fine. Those people didn't function in regular society to begin with. This only fucks the normies over. That's all that this does. Like drug addicts are perfectly fine. They're built for this situation. Like it's like dealing drugs has been illegal this entire time. You think they're gonna stop because there's a government like, oh, stay home? Like, no. Like the underground is flourishing stronger than ever right now.
I don't think they're going to stop selling. I just think their customer base is going to dry up.
Mm-hmm. But
they're already pretty dried up. But
yeah, I mean, it's not like they steal for their money.
It's not like those people care about.
No, I mean, that's assuming that every single person that does meth and heroin is either like a waiter or a waitress or a bartender. Like those are pretty.
It's a supply side issue. They're not going to be able to get the supply to cook more meth. That's the
Hunter Biden does meth.
Yeah,
they can work at gas stations too, Grim.
Like that is true. Yeah, dude. There's plenty of jobs.
Or the Apple store. I mean,
dude, go play at a grocery store. Come on, I was a functioning addict for years at a grocery store. You kidding me? Essential worker.
You think more people would just to have something to do? There's that
dude, not at all. We're getting
your Ritalin in your 8 hours.
We're getting 0 applications, and people just want to stay home. I think people like. I'd hate to say this, but I think the American people just generally don't have a work ethic, and they'd rather just stay home when they can. Like,
why do you hate to say that?
It's glorified.
We've demonstrated that.
I mean,
repeatedly.
it's glorified snow days from when you were a kid. Is what I'm seeing these people living right now. Like it's silly. It's silly. Society needs to boot back up. I'm saying it, people. I'm saying
Dude,
it. Let's open it back up.
We need to hit.
We need to open it back.
Whatever.
This is getting silly.
On the computer to restart your computer. What was it that you always had to hit?
Control Delete. Dude, we gotta Control Delete this thing. Hit it twice.
Everybody Control Delete at the same time.
No, but just I mean, it's frustrating. It's frustrating when you see all the shit with the like 2 years ago with the whole flu reporting when the flu outbreak was bad and they were like, oh, the vaccines don't work, and they had the same. You see the same news articles that are being pushed right now about this. They're getting pushed out about that like 2 years ago. Like, it's a cycle, and they've latched onto this.
They were showing for coffins in Italy. They were showing scenes from a movie.
Yes.
They weren't coffins in Italy. It was fucking scenes from a movie.
Well, that and
so
they had
much shit is crazy right now.
They had some video that they were playing on. I want to say CBS.
Mm-hmm.
That was from Italy. Some chaos in some emergency room someplace, and they were saying, "Oh, this is New York," and somebody said, "No, we've seen that video. That was from Italy."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, getting out of prison. What's with all these people being like, "Hey, you're going to go to prison if you're if you're caught out of quarantine," but then also they're just letting prisoners go. Like, what's the deal with that?
Well, you need to make room for the people who violate quarantine, right?
Yeah. Like, what are they going to do with all these people?
Yeah,
I guess
they
maybe that's
like
why.
Rikers and shit was like rampant with Corona, and it was like
maybe
really
that's
bad.
why.
Yeah.
Just
let them all everybody's sick and then let them out. Yeah.
No, there's only 2 cases at Rikers, and one was Harvey Epstein.
One was Weinstein.
Right. Epstein.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It was an Epstein too.
Yes. James Corbett did a great breakdown of the Italy stats today. A video.
Sure.
I put it into chat this morning, but it was really good. And it breaks it down. There's basically
that's like 400 shit posts ago.
At least 400 shit posts ago.
I'll find it again. But it's basically like the percentages are like a flu.
I want to say this is an RIP to famed Japanese comedian Ken Shimura. He died from coronavirus at age 70.
Sure he did.
No.
So we'll throw that propaganda out there.
People have been, I put the link in chat. People have been talking about Idris Elba not having it for real and just kind of saying he did. And he had to fight back. I do have it. It's funny.
Greta Thunberg has it.
I don't think any of them have it. I think people are just trying. They're clout chasing. That's what's going on right now.
They're virtue signaling.
They want their Twitter thread with 100,000 likes and retweets. They want it. That's what these people want. And you bet your ass. You bet your ass if I get it.
It's energy harvesting.
If I get it this week, I'm going to be doing just endless daily podcasts about my conditions, and I'm going to milk it for all it's worth. Come on.
People are totally loosh farming right now.
Yeah, dude.
It's all loosh farming.
Temperature at 12 o'clock was have it down to every stat.
But the thing with Hollywood, it's like a multi-level marketing scheme of loosh harvesting.
Yeah, you joke about that, James. There's a guy. His name is Scotch Wichman. He's a performance artist who ran a very, very, very long project called Dick Temp, where he had a like an Arduino type device, like Internet of Things, if you'll pardon the pun. And I just put that together. Holy shit! I can't believe I missed that. But he had this device that he wore in his skivvies all frickin' day and all night, and you could go on the internet at any time and see what temperature his crotch was. It was awesome.
It's interesting.
Yeah. ScotchWichman.com. Go look at it. You won't be disappointed. There's some funny shit there.
I wonder what the average temp was.
You can find out. Just go there and look.
I wouldn't.
Everything you never wanted to know about this guy's dick.
Average dick temp.
So I have a pretty bad scar on my leg.
Hell yeah, give me some scars.
Did it involve a dick?
No, I almost cut my Achilles tendon. I was throwing a knife at a coffee table, and it bounced back and took a scoop out of my leg right above my tendon there.
Have you ever done it again?
No, I haven't done it again.
Sounds like a dick was involved to me.
Gotta make sure your ass hasn't got another knife wound.
Yeah, dude. Jeez.
It took like fucking 6 months for that thing to heal.
No, it's like a parent thing. Are you ever going to do that again? No.
Comes back an hour later. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you said you weren't going to do that again.
The coffee table was pretty sturdier than it looked. I misjudged it.
How old were you?
Oh, I don't know, 21.
Oh man, just a grown ass man.
Drunk?
Hell yeah, I could get this knife in here.
Yes.
That 21-year-old no fear attitude.
Oh, dude, totally.
Love
You're
it.
immortal at
Gotta
that
love
point.
it.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
He probably came into the hospital wearing a no fear shirt.
That's yeah.
It would have been right around the same time.
That's, I think, sometimes like people like I guarantee the emergency room is just overrun with pussies. Cause I swear there's been so many times just being on who knows cocktails of drugs and booze and shit where I've just been laying there like, well, I'm dying tonight. This is the time I'm gonna die. Like that thought's literally gone through my head, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna lay it out. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it and see where this ends. And you always end up. You pass out. You always wake up in the morning. Come on, people.
Or you think you do.
Or I could be on who knows how many timelines I could have jumped at this point.
We all died in 2012.
Dude, I've died several
Yeah, totally.
times, guaranteed. Like it's silly. I just think that people are weak. I'm sorry.
Hot takes over here.
Hot takes. Jesus. I'm gonna be the first to die from coronavirus. You guys know this, right? Like I'm the first going down all this shit I've talked. Jesus. No, it doesn't exist, folks.
Mm-mm. No, I've declared all of our immunities.
That's true. You declared immunity. You screamed it on your porch. You just screamed it on your porch, Suzanne. I declare immunity. You're good to go.
I mean, someone has to.
Yeah, I appreciate
That's
that.
true.
It needs to be like an ice bucket challenge.
So far, it's protecting us all.
Did you cite Immunity Dog?
No.
Oh,
All my powers.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, come on. Where's all this? Like, where's well, I might not should be tapped in, but like, where's all these witch communities and all this stuff doing like rituals or stuff for healing vibes?
No, it's
or
every man for themselves.
Yeah, that's
right
what I
now,
like.
I
Like I
think.
like in
Everybody's
any
their
other
little
tragedy,
with
in
their
any other
crystals.
tragedy, I see people posting
Pray
like,
for
let's get
rain.
together, let's do this, let's all get together and like put our intentions towards something. Like I'm seeing none of this anywhere. It's just people miserable.
You know what?
and
I have
depressed.
seen. I have seen a few people.
Okay,
saying,
Suzanne, that makes me hopeful.
Yeah,
Because in my
I
normal
know.
people that I follow, I'm seeing none of this. So
Okay.
I made a sigil and gave it to you guys. Like
you did, Jerry. That is true.
Yeah.
That's low.
I was watching it was like Unexplained Mysteries or something. And it talked about, remember, okay, it was 2003. There was a Northeast blackout. I don't know if you were a part of this at all. Like it was all of like North America, like North.
Was that
Northeast
was that
America.
like in 2002 or something? Or
Yeah, 2003. Yeah,
three.
it was-
Okay.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, it was out for a couple days in some areas for sure, but but at that, so things are crazy now, but that was just like an entire day, just completely like people just out for, and then even longer. Some were like 3 days, no power at all. So yeah.
Well, the Q-tards are all saying we're
Imagine
gonna have
this
10
whole
days of
scenario with no
darkness.
power, basically, just stuck out. Yeah, you couldn't do anything. Yeah, no, you can go.
Yeah, they're
anywhere,
saying
do
10
anything.
days of darkness.
Be horrible. Yeah, it was freaking horrible.
So the 10 days of darkness thing goes back to that. There was a thing a long time ago. Before the turn of the century, about it was a thing about that they were calling it the photon belt. There was some kind of structure. Yeah, Jerry knows what it's about. There was some kind of structure that Earth was passing through, or that our part of the galaxy was passing through. Go ahead, Jerry.
Because our solar system rotates around a central star. It's called Alcyon. And it goes in the form of a sine wave through the electric sheet of that star system. So that sheet is basically, they call it a photon belt, which is not what it is, but it's like plasma, I would imagine. It's higher density energy, to put it that way. And every 26,500 years we cross it, either go above or below.
What's the great year? Isn't it 26,500 years? That's how long. Yeah.
Yep, and we're just about there.
Imagine thinking space is real, though.
I know.
I mean,
it's metaphor. It's metaphor. It's
so hard to stick with the CWS canon when we're trying to talk about other shit.
It's not though. You just got to think about space as a metaphor.
Refer to the lore.
Yes.
Refer back to the lore wiki.
This is not the CWS wiki. Space is fake. You cannot refer to these things.
Oh my god, we totally need a wiki.
Yeah.
Wait, what? There's a wiki?
No, we totally
we're gonna
need a
make one.
wiki, a CWS wiki.
Yeah.
For all the shit that we believe.
Totally do this.
Needs to happen.
We put it on fandom.
There you go.
I think our Israeli listeners are already downloading the show and uploading it for us. So they already
Somebody
have
will
the
make an
wiki on
animated
it.
series out of it.
There you go.
If any of the Israeli listeners are listening right now, if you could please post in the chats how the show ends, that would be awesome.
I just say, let's shout out to all the live listeners. This is like the third or fourth
Seriously.
week in a row we've been pulling over 30 live listeners.
Oh, that's
And
right.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty
30
good.
people?
Yeah, and when I came in the stream,
Wow.
there was like nobody on the stream. So, thank you for listening, people. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/screwsandmistake.
thank you.
I don't think I got a chance to plug that yet.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
No
yeah.
excuse not to listen live.
We actually
Especially
got a
now.
we got a new patron the other day. The other morning I was driving to work and they popped in. They said something in Discord and I don't remember anything. I don't want to dox their real name, but they're in Discord. So thank you for that because I can't search.
Was it Jimmy Russell?
Yeah, just the old Jimmy Rustler,
Donnie,
rustling
Don.
them Jimmies.
Kai, Donnie, Don,
Man,
Tiffany,
Donnie.
Michelle.
you know what?
okay.
We're about at the hour mark. Felix, how's are you feeling musical tonight?
Please.
Yeah, I got a little song.
Yeah, you got a little
I love
something?
China.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
it's a beautiful thing.
Does it involve a giant
favorite part
smiley
of the
face
show.
mug?
That is a great mug. All right, I'm gonna mute down.
I'm going to turn my video off.
Oh, okay.
Cities.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good.
We're going to use cell phones to track you in live time to enforce social distancing.
Here goes. You'll know it.
I see a bad moon rising. I see troubles on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't come around tonight, 'cause it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. I hear hurricanes blowing. I know the end is coming soon. I feel rivers overflowing. I hear the voice of rage and ruin. But don't come around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Hope you have got your things together. Hope you are quite prepared to die. Looks like we're in for nasty weather. One eye is taken for an eye. But don't come around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. But don't come around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise.
Beautiful, Felix. God.
Hell yeah.
That's sweet.
Totally on point for what's going on.
Man.
Thank you, Felix.
Well done.
Just
Thank you. Creedence Clearwater.
There's a
Creedence
baboon on the
Clearwater.
right.
There's a baboon on the right.
There's a bathroom on the
right. Poop slinger.
It's a classic.
Hell yeah.
I like the music more than anything. The lyrics are just
Yeah.
a good part of it too.
So
Okay, I set up the wiki.
SirFelix.bandcamp.com. cruisewithsteak.fandom.com. Jeez. Don't believe the
almighty.
5.6 better be the first post on there.
Of course.
Man.
And the definition is don't believe it.
That's it. It's a Fight Club, right?
Oh, hey, we got a hate mail, I think.
Oh, sweet.
I think we only have one tonight, you guys. Let me check this out.
Oh yeah, don't forget to check out sirfelix.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, sirfelix.bandcamp.com. Buy some albums. Buy some vitamins. Buy some minerals.
So I
buy
got some
water filters.
Bad Mood Rising information.
Bring it up.
Oh, fun facts? Nice.
Yeah, man. Naturally, given the times, there were subject to apocalyptic climate conditions described in Bad Moon Rising. So, yeah, he says, I don't think I was actually saying the words, the world was coming to an end, Fogarty says, but the song was a metaphor. I was just writing about the weather. The times seemed to be in turmoil. Martin Luther King Jr. and JFK had been assassinated. I knew it was a tumultuous time when it was presented to the band a few days later, the potential of Bad Moon Rising was clear to all, but the man who had written it, it's about John Fogerty. Yeah, so it's a funny thing Fogerty said, but I didn't feel it. I was up to the standard of Proud Mary, whatever the fuck. Okay, who cares what John Fogerty says? But
Proud Mary,
yeah.
Proud Mary was a song.
Yeah.
Or is a song. Who
Still
sang that?
Fogerty?
Peter, Paul, and Mary?
Creedence Clearwater Revival. John Fogerty was the lead singer. What the fuck?
Trolling Suzanne.
Are you even boomers?
That maybe I was already
rolling on the river. Is that Rolling on the River?
Yeah. It was a Tina Turner song that they redid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not the other way around?
Nope.
Yep.
It was Ike's song. Ike wrote it, I think.
Ike Turner?
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Well, that song made their name.
James Cruz and Grimsteak. James Cruz and Grimsteak. Hey man, a woo. GRIMSTAKN. G-man, a woo. James Cruz and Grimsteak. Hey man, a woo.
All right. Got a little hate mail here.
I'm wrong. It's backwards. Creedence did write it.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. And it only makes common sense.
Tina Turner wrote it, sung it the next year. Sorry, I'm done.
We got from our dear friend Booty Rooter from the Double Dungeon podcast. You can check that out. Double Dungeon, somewhere on podcatchers. He says, Dear Grimsake, did you know that today, March 31st, is the 25th anniversary of Selena's death? It breaks my heart that we lost such a magnificent talent at such a young age, but it takes solace in the fact that she died before she ever had to hear your terrible, horrible, no good, very bad show. Regards, Rafi. Thank you, Booty Rooter. Double Dungeon Podcast. Check him out. He's poaching all our listeners, so it's cool. It's a very incestual fandom that we have around here. That's it for hate mail, you guys. I mean, we only got one tonight. We're lacking.
No.
So if you want to send hate mail to Cruising with Steak, you could send an email to grimsteak@gmail.com, and we will read it on air. Whatever you send.
Woo shit in it, then Grim's gonna puss out.
Well, I mean, it's I mean, if you're not a non-coon, because a non-coon already used his UU cards, so I mean, it's you only get a couple. But anybody else, you want to send some weird shit in, I'll read it. I don't give a fuck. Grimsteak@gmail.com.
Remember when you guys used to do Mad Libs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
Back in the day.
Yeah, we should do those for a Patreon. We should Patreon a Mad Lib.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, we'll do that, man. That'll be fun
for sure.
There's probably no faster way to lose patrons than to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the day. I mean, it's amazing that we even have any. So if they start hemorrhaging, I mean, it's only expected at that point. But, I mean, speaking of additional stuff, Shonen Dump. We released My Hero Academia Part 2, and then also Junie Tyson is going to be coming up. We may try to figure out how to record that this weekend.
What about that Denver
Michaels? He'll probably be coming on within the next couple weeks. He's got a new
be
book
on my
coming
show
out
tomorrow night.
Yeah, you got him tomorrow night, sure. But yeah, he's got a new book coming out this summer about giants in America. Or giants around the world, I think. So get him on, talk some giants or some shit. It'd be pretty fun. Denver's a good guy.
You should get that digital simulation theory guy on. What's his name?
Anthony Peake.
I had his book. Let me look him up.
Oh, dude, I am this close to getting Jordy Rose on my show.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy who started D-Wave.
Right on, Jerk.
Oh, doesn't he talk about like demons from like other
He has made that statement, yes.
It's like praying to a
Jim Elvidge.
God.
Jim Elvidge is the digital
contacts.
Oh, Jim Elvidge? Yeah, I've heard of that. Heard him on
his first one of his first book was called The Universe Solved, and it's got a real cheesy cover art with like a time warp and over like a cityscape. It's kind of cheesy.
Hell yeah. Man,
So I have
second half of
another-
show. Anybody got any sweet content for second half of show? I mean,
I have another cool scar I could talk about.
Hell yes, Phil. Give me more scars.
I could tell you about what happened to me in third grade.
That's right, Jer. We were supposed to ask you about that. Imagine
Tell you
us
about my
remembering
various
something
enema.
you asked us to remind you 8 hours ago. Come on.
I've been waiting for time to talk about it, actually.
What happened to you in third grade, Jerry?
So I had this experience in third grade. I went to Catholic school, and basically you have homeroom right in the morning. Did everyone have that?
Touched.
Mhm.
No, yeah, we had homeroom.
Not in
Yeah.
third grade.
Yeah, we had one every year, and then we had attendance sheets. Yeah, they took
Yeah, that
attendance
wasn't
and
in
marked
third
it
grade.
off.
That's some Catholic school stuff.
That's
back in the
Catholic school,
70s.
but yeah. Yes, it was. So 73. So what I remember, like one of my earliest memories is this one, where I was sitting on the floor where they're taking attendance, and like I got all dizzy and kind of fell over, and I got back up, and everyone around me was different. Like it was like I woke up to realize that everyone was an individual, and I wasn't watching a movie anymore.
Interesting.
Wow, that's kind of wacky, Jer.
Yeah.
So it used
Did
to be
it
like
last for very
So you
long, or-
maybe switch timelines? It's
I
possible.
was thinking more like a walk-in.
Like
What?
Wait a
paradigm shift.
minute.
What, Suzanne?
What do you mean a walk-in?
Yeah, elaborate on that. What you mean by
Like,
walk-in?
who I am isn't the person who was born into this body.
Is that what you really think?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
James, where are you with the dun dun dun? That's all I needed right there. I needed that so bad. Man.
In the mail, I get a newsletter from Hillsdale College. They're kind of a conservative college.
Okay.
And they sent me in January. I haven't read it yet, but I can pull off little snippets of it. But the title of the little essay in here is called "The Urgent Need for a United States Space Force."
Really?
And
They're pushing Space Force, huh?
yeah, so this is January 2020, and this guy's named Stephen L. Quast, and he's a retired Air Force general. A couple of the things that he
seems like propaganda
says
to me.
that we could just, if we were to do the Space Force like full charge, full bore, he says, with the right vision and strategy for space, America can develop the means to, and then there's a little list of bullet points to the things that we can do if we really are all in for Space Force. We can deliver unlimited, clean, affordable energy to every human on the planet without power lines or terrestrial
This is
power
all
plants.
propaganda. Felix, this is a
How?
propaganda paper you have.
How can they
Just
do that?
let me keep going. Provide fresh water for every human without the need for aquifers or pipes. Build
like
a new yeah, go ahead.
No. Just keep going. Keep going.
Build a new low-cost internet that is designed to be secure so that every human can connect, share, and learn with assured privacy and data safety. Defend Earth against small asteroids like the one that hit Russia in 2013. Develop a deterrence capability that will render ICBMs and nuclear weapons useless relics of the past. This next one I think is pretty good. Revolutionize manufacturing by acquiring and deploying resources from space and in space. There's the next. This is a good one. Provide a shelter in space where we can protect and preserve people, seeds, and life-saving medicines so humanity can recover from any unexpected contamination, illness, or disaster.
Interesting.
Design defense capabilities to preserve our economy, our people, and our sovereignty, and to allow our allies to defend themselves instead of sacrificing American lives. Reduce the loss of life and property due to natural disasters by managing the eye of hurricanes and the funnels of tornadoes with energy from space.
What?
Yeah.
Hold up. Excuse me?
So they're gonna like mine asteroids and stuff.
Excuse me?
You
We're
like
gonna mine
that?
some asteroids, and then we're just gonna control hurricanes with energies from space.
So is
And then-
Space Force how they do the controlled disclosure for all the weather manipulation?
Yeah,
and all that
that's
shit?
kind of sounding about how it's going. Yeah.
And then he says there's 4 measures that government has to do to make this happen. So to develop a proper and winning Space Force, the president and the Congress should immediately enact 4 simple measures. These are those 4 simple measures. Congress should assign the Space Force the mission to defend commerce in space and define lunar space, Earth to Moon, as an area of responsibility in the Unified Command Plan. I don't know what that is.
Did you say CIS? Like CIS?
Yes. CIS lunar space.
Is that like
Earth to Moon?
What, incel space?
Just the space between Earth and Moon, I guess. CIS probably stands for, what do you think that stands for?
Counterintuitive shit.
Something like
Cis
that.
Space? So it's that straight space.
Cis lunar space.
Straight
Second
space?
measure is Congress should give the Space Force complete independence from the U.S. Air Force so that funds are not diverted from the former to the latter, and so that Space Force isn't developed as a mere support function for air power. Number 3, the president should issue an executive order protecting the space industry from China's predatory practices. And number 4, the president should promote policies and strategies to maximize the contribution of the private sector, such as directing the Space Development Agency to partner with private companies to develop new space capabilities. That's all.
That is all.
I remember seeing like some videos of machines that are able to grab other satellites with just like little grabber arms, like Chinese satellites.
What's crazy is that's coming. Yeah, that's coming through like college propaganda right there. Like they're sending it to you through a college, so it's like get jobs in this.
What do they want the students to do? Do they want them to stop going to college and go to Space Force? What's the pitch?
What is
to the
pitch
Stars
here?
Academy? They go to the academy.
Oh, sure.
They all just get in Tom DeLonge's band.
Yeah.
You're in the academy now.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
if
then they
this is
go
like
and fight giant bugs.
Probably. It all comes down.
You
to
notice
giant
how
bugs.
China has become the new Russia, China has become the new Russia. It's almost like we're in this Cold War with China.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody talks about Russia. Putin's just wandering around in a badass hazmat suit, just
Okay,
dominating
remember I
over
had
there.
I had that whole download that Russia is going to save the world. Remember,
It's
I put it in
happening.
chat and I was like, "Oh my god, what is this that I just got?" It was just literally like,
I like it, Suzanne. If you're
it
getting
just came
downloads
in
about
my
Russia
head.
saving the world,
Russia is gonna save
I'm
the
on
world.
board.
I remember the China like saves the world thing. Remember in like Arrival,
When?
China saved the world. I think in
That was
Independence
when,
Day,
that
China
was in,
saved the
like,
world. Oh,
there's-
and also in Martian when he was stuck on Mars, China came to save the world. They had an extra rocket ship. Like
There was this weird
Well, you know,
time
I just-
in like 2000 between like during all the Obama years where like everybody was like, yeah, China owns us. Everybody just knew it. There was like open jokes about it on TV and everybody knew that China owns us. And like it was just a weird thing.
Yeah, but do they really? I mean,
I don't
really?
when I went
don't
on
know.
that cruise ship, when I went down to the Bahamas there, all those islander people, like anything that was new and nice, they're like China owns it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
China's going into all these third world countries and they're coming out as the saviors. Like they're giving them money, they're pumping all
Dude,
this
they're
infrastructure.
fucking harvesting all their natural resources, though.
Just like we did. I mean, they're trying to
Well,
be the new
yeah,
America. I mean, yeah, they do the same shit we do.
Jesus, America 2.0.
Exactly. Yep. They're trying to pivot to be that new
Well, they
superpower
were
in the
until
world.
they got the woo-hoo-hoo-hoo flu.
Until I think they or are they now
Yeah, they
even
were.
more strong because
No,
they
they-
released
no,
it?
I don't
No,
think
that's
so.
fucking racist.
But I mean, I think they released it on their people because of all the protests. It got out of control, and they manipulated through the TikTok videos with all the fucking Chinese propaganda videos, all that shit. Like we never get videos out of China, but all of a sudden, when there's insane protests, we get
Yeah.
videos like that, or when there's just like crazy people getting locked down in their houses and
Yeah, they don't
giant
have
fumigators
they don't have
going on.
Twitter, dude. They don't have social media.
No, dude,
Well,
but why
I
were
think they
we
have
getting all those
Chinese Twitter.
videos?
They have
I
that.
know, and that's what blows my mind. So,
We were getting all those videos, and then now there's like nothing, and you could say it's all because they kicked the American journalists out or whatever. But you know,
Nah.
it just I don't buy that. I don't buy that 1 second. Like they control everything that comes out of that network. Like they're fucking insane. So why is there nothing now? Like it's just. I think all that was just to push intense fear onto us, and then the
Why don't
models
we have
just.
a ton of videos from Italy? You know,
because the Italians are covered in marinara. They can't handle a cell phone and record a video.
The Italians are bad at.
Come on,
they're bad at following directions.
Yeah,
So
serious.
the Chinese people are so conditioned because they're communists.
Yes.
So they follow directions and they stay inside their house. The Italians suck at following
Italians
directions.
with iPhones that could send videos
Just slipping
to
out of their
America
pasta
to go,
hands.
hey, guess what? This is coming to you next.
Everything that
Or
I've
hey,
heard,
this is bullshit.
everything that I've heard, like Watcher was telling us, he has friends that live in Italy that know nobody with the virus. Like there's just everything personally, but I don't know anything. Like I'm just like a 0.000% of the population. Like I know, so. But yeah, that is interesting. Why Italy's so clamped down.
So on No Agenda, they brought up the fact that that how Italy and Spain are like two really just like they're clearly in a shitty economic state, so they're just trying to scramble and
Greece,
get money
man.
from.
Have been.
Yep, same with Greece. They're doing the
everyone's
same shit.
smelling the fucking money.
So is America. Look
coming.
at the money that went to the 66% went to the banks.
Both of those places didn't put restrictions on mass gatherings. Like Spain had that big feminist march thing. Italy had a ton of shit going on.
Dude, we had Mardi Gras. We didn't put any restrictions on it either.
Right.
Didn't they cancel Mardi Gras?
And New Orleans.
No, Mardi Gras went on
right now.
Spring break down in
that was
Florida.
Spring break.
February.
Yeah, that was in February. When everybody was yelling at Trump for being racist, for trying to shut off the travel to China.
But that's why New Orleans is one of the 3 hotspots right now, or 4 hotspots.
Oh,
yeah,
that makes sense.
I mean,
and New York was having Chinatown. Not that it was Chinese.
And notice how you're seeing more
Chinese New Year.
Yeah, Chinese New Year.
Yeah, just a lot of people getting together.
Everything now is about cases confirmed. Cases confirmed. It's not about deaths anymore. It's about numbers of cases, and that just means we're testing more. We're going to have more confirmed cases because it's a common thing. Like people,
which is going to drive the death rate down to something more like the flu.
Yeah, exactly. But
none of the shit they've enacted is going to go away after.
No.
That.
But what about all the people that I think the death rate will be higher because people that like regularly die from the flu, they're also going to have COVID in them also, so they're going to be tracked as a COVID death rather than like the regular flu. Like that's the biggest thing.
Can I just remind you, like when this all first started, I said, "What if this is issuing in the new currency stuff that they want to do? What if this is breaking the economy?" Remember when I said that?
I don't remember precisely, Suzanne, but we speculated so much about everything. I'm sure you said it.
But in a way, this has. I mean, it's nationalized the Fed. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the Fed is part
of allegedly
healthcare. I think they are going to nationalize healthcare. I am not even kidding.
No, we're going full socialist. It's happening. Like that's where we're going.
Fascist.
No.
You think we're going fascist, Suzanne?
No. It's Man on the High Castle going on. Is that what's happening?
Between
I don't know.
12 Monkeys transitioning to Man in the High Castle.
They're seeing right now how easily they can control the public with just a little fear like this. Like they're just pumping fear in the TV nonstop, and the public is complying for the most part. Like everybody is
generally Davis.
Like
yeah.
For the most part, you're gonna have isolated stuff where people don't.
But
give
not
a fuck.
for long. It's not going to last till April 30th.
No, people are gonna start going insane. I give it 5 more days.
And do you notice how they keep teasing shit like, oh, Trump's gonna quarantine and shut down all of New York, and they have that little. They tease it. They throw it out there just to see what the public thinks of it. Like, how do they feel? Like it's a huge test.
So they are going. The National Guard is going door to door in Texas,
in Rhode Island.
Yeah, in Rhode Island too. About people,
but in Texas, they want to make sure you're okay. It's in the guise of, oh no, we want
we're here to protect
you, so you don't have to go to your doctor. So
bullshit.
You don't have to go to the doctor.
It's complete
Are you fucking
bullshit.
Kidding me?
And it's what it is it's normalizing
you want to come in our houses and see what the fuck we got.
It's normalizing armed guards at your house telling you what to do.
You don't have to let them in.
No, they won't be coming in my house. They won't be coming in my yard. I won't even answer the door.
I won't answer the door either.
I don't answer the door for anyone.
But then they might knock it down.
I don't think in there.
I heard coughing in there. Break the door down.
Do you really think that there'd be enough people to do that though? Like to go door to door and shit.
They're calling up 1 million people.
Yeah, but if they really asked them to do that, like how many of them do you think would say no? And like,
I don't know. I mean, if it's them losing their job in the times where now a bunch of people are going to be on unemployment, and you know,
I don't know.
Would you, if you had a family to feed, would you say, well, this is the sacrifice I'm going to make? You know, I don't want to do this to my fellow Americans, but I still need to feed my family. I mean, it's a personal sacrifice. Hopefully it won't get that far, but you know,
I don't know. We're gonna see if we don't
know.
We're gonna let fucking big parents take care of us, or if if they're just gonna open it up, like you're gonna fucking keep sending us checks, give us our allowance. Like that's kind of what it is.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Trump's gonna make America everyone's sugar daddy.
Exactly. That's what's
but
gonna
dude,
go
we've
on.
all paid into that, so you know.
And
it's like a kickback.
Well, and so I was gonna say earlier, like the whole thing with China and Cold War and whatnot. Like, the only thing I see that I don't ever see China being able to do, because like China obviously, you know, does the infrastructure thing and they make themselves look really good doing that, but they don't have the like military police aspect that we do. So like I don't think there can, like the way this entire system is set up, there's all this crazy bullshit is all predicated on the idea that we are like world police.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
There's
we're
no
the
one that comes
dragoons.
even like
the dragoons. Yes.
We are.
The New Atlantis.
We're the Queen's dragoons.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to take the U.S. because of our military.
Yeah, like it's impossible. And also
what I love is that the vision that you have in your head for a dragoon and what I have in my head for a dragoon are two totally different things.
Definitely, because I know Suzanne's not imagining some crazy ass anime.
No, just like
bullshit.
riding a dragon, a lancer on a dragon, flying around, sweet dragoons.
Well, there was
doing
Panzer Dragoon Orta was a fantastic game on the Xbox back in the day. That's all I could think of.
But I love it.
Baylor's brother was Panzer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so I don't ever see that. I don't really see China ever being able to handle something like that. And I also don't see us recalling all of those world police just to make sure we don't leave our fucking houses. Like, there's no reason that they would ever need that. Like, I mean,
no, we're too mind controlled.
There's no way we'll
do what they say.
There's no way we'll get in a physical war with any other country. We will destroy them. Our army is so huge.
We have the nuke-backed economy.
Nukes are fake. It's the Navy.
Nukes are fake. How many times? Put it in the CWS wiki right now.
Someone else put it in. I set it up. Everyone else can. Got no shit to do.
Nukes are fake. I love it.
I'm serious. It's the Navy that everyone's afraid of, especially China. Our Navy would
the Navy is.
Yeah, dude, because you can't trust shit underwater, just lurking under the surface. You don't know what's down there. You don't know what's under there.
Control. They don't need people to be recalled.
Man.
If you use just the National Guard, so the National Guard has approximately 330,000 total according to the military. That is, well, yeah. Well, it's not exactly that. Hold on, though. So
I know.
I forget who I heard say this.
It would be one member of the National Guard for every 1,000 American citizens, approximately.
Yeah.
So, like,
they're toast.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No.
I heard someone say the other day that
fear point.
It was a really good point. Yeah, it is fair point. I'm sorry. That if you think that like the NWO is taking over right now, it's like why would they have waited this long?
Dude, Hollywood Hogan's spray painting on all of our backs right now. We're screwed.
They've already taken over. That's the trick. That's what's going on. It's like this is just more squeezing, more boiling. The water's getting turned up more for the frogs. Us.
100%, man.
They've tried different versions of this for decades, like since before we've all been alive. They've tried different versions.
Most of the frogs are just going to boil, though. There's not going to be very many of us hopping out of the pot.
separating the wheat from the chaff, so they know who to shoot and waste bullets on.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't see it as there'll never be a hot war. So there's just going to be a bunch of this bullshit, and it's just a bunch of stage play nonsense. Because at the end of the day, you know that all these people are just going to the same ritual abuse sex parties and just eating babies, Alex Jones style. Just
I think there will be a hot war in Iran. I think we're going to fight. I think there's going to be a war in Iran.
James, did you get a drop of him eating babies on that last show that he did?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Who was eating babies?
Alex Jones.
No.
No, he wasn't
eating them personally, but
but he was impersonating what someone would sound like if they were.
Yeah.
Was that the one he was on with Sam Tripoli?
Just gobbling them down with the adrenal glands, and they just rub blood all over themselves and just flop around like. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, and then they interdimensionally, they believe, open up and get divine inspiration from these entities beyond the veil, and then they ask those entities to come into them, and then they try to compete and do worse and worse things to have higher and higher level demons come into them and take control of them like avatars.
Well said, Alex.
Jerry, it's your demons. He said.
Did you? I know. Well, he was on. I heard him on.
Your demons.
I heard him on Sam Tripoli's show today, and like one of the last things he said, he goes, then they get their demon that way. That's how they get their demon.
That's what this is from. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Is it right at the end?
With adrenaline, they eat the pituitaries of the babies. They eat their kidneys, just gobbling them down with the adrenal glands, and they just rub blood all over themselves and just flop around like. And that's what they do. I mean, and then they.
You know,
and then they what? Wait! You cut off the last one. And then they what? Then they get their demon.
Eventually, they believe, open up and get divine inspiration from these entities beyond the veil, and then they ask those entities to come into them, and then they try to compete and do worse and worse things to have higher and higher level demons come into them and take control of them like avatars.
Yes, higher and higher level demons. Because everything is fucking demons.
He's just talking about how crazy Hollywood is, and
what do I do?
In Sam's perspective of him living out there and how jacked up it is.
The Hudbat was an answer to the question that Sam asked him. What do you think's going on with all these stars saying that, like Tom Hanks saying they've got corona, or, looking for sympathy and singing songs and without makeup and that shit.
Up for months. They may have some people scared and convinced of this overblown situation. It's not a hoax, but the response is a hoax. And then as we talk about, since when do we...
Yeah. Couple different clips I have. Yeah.
Don't you love that 90% straight hard facts and that 10% just sounds of eating babies? It's the perfect dichotomy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, why aren't we voting for him?
Some people scared and convinced of this overblown situation. It's not a hoax, but the response is a hoax. And then as we talk about, since when do we act like this? Since when does America open for business and then now we're not? We don't operate like this. We can't survive like this. This is a load of crap. And so it's about selling us on the apps that track us. It's about banning cash. It's about total surveillance. But select companies are allowed to stay open.
Yeah,
man. Why is Alex Jones the only voice of reason right now?
It's crazy.
that's
and he gets shut down everywhere. I mean,
that's what I don't get.
That episode got pulled off of iTunes. I was able to get it somehow.
No, I got it off iTunes like 3 days ago. Did they just take it off?
Oh, there's clips of it on YouTube.
Yeah, but I have it from the original. I don't know, but
why did iTunes pull it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I heard it like
probably
before they pulled it.
Yeah, not
because Alex Jones is on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's banned, so he probably got swooped up in the algos, but swooped up in the algos.
I mean, here's the thing: like, if you're like we were saying earlier, like if you're sick, don't go to fucking work. Like, it's very clear the level of shit that we get comes back to us because of bullshit, like not like just working through being sick, but then also. Like if you're sick, you just don't go out. Like there's no reason. People are lining up. Like I see cars 3 or 4, people are still going to drive-throughs. I mean, realistically speaking, like drive-throughs are crazy busy right now. Like if you're afraid of eating inside of a restaurant because you're going to get sick, then why are you continuing to allow other human beings? Like, do you understand how the process of food handling
exactly
is far more likely to get you sick than
Look at a
just
cruise
sitting
ship.
within a few feet of someone else while they are eating dinner. Like you're not people don't understand that, and so they're just like, well, we need to close the lobbies, and there's all these fucking small businesses that are just virtue signaling their way out of like being in business. Or it's not even virtue signaling, it's social pressure. Because it's like you don't want to be, obviously you don't want to be a restaurant that breaks state law. Well, breaks state law. But like, it's you just close that shit down, and hopefully some of these places will make it through, but a lot won't. And it's just like there's absolutely no reason for it whatsoever. Like I guarantee if this shit happened differently and all the restaurants stayed open and people could continue shopping, this wouldn't be as much of a problem. Even if all those numbers that people were throwing out there in the beginning were based off the fact that no one did anything. Apparently that was a big part of why the numbers were so over projected. Although I don't know if that's just them walking back what they said and trying to blame it on that. Like, we base these numbers off of no one doing anything. It's like, well, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
And it's a computer model too. It's a computer model that has it does not understand real human interaction. It's just assuming shit. Like you can't trust a computer model with this shit.
Right. There's no way to do it effectively because people don't even know.
There's too many variables.
People don't even know how you get this shit.
Can we trust Skynet?
What the hell are we doing?
I mean, we're going to have to.
Skynet? Yeah.
We're going to have to, Jerry. We're not going to have a choice.
Have you anyone been catching that new Westworld?
Nope.
No.
I haven't seen the new one. I'm watching it tonight.
I want to.
Yes.
I have. What do you want?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like this season, they're going into this idea that there's it's all about like big data.
Yeah.
And how Westworld is basically a data harvesting operation, and some single person bought all of that data or became a controlling partner
I figured out too what's going on. The dude Sirac.
Yeah.
He's only virtual. Everyone always virtually.
Yeah.
Because he's the AI.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was something like that. But so he basically buys all this user data and puts it into this machine, which they call Rehoboth, which there's some biblical thing behind that. I haven't looked into it.
It's a black sphere.
Is it a black sphere? Yeah, it is literally a black sphere. And it basically runs simulations on every human based off of the data mined from this park that like mines people's like user data, and it essentially like predicts and controls everyone's lives. So basically the implication is that this civilization doesn't have free will because the outcomes are determined through a AI telling people what to do or controlling the environment around that person, which keeps them in that loop. So basically the idea that Westworld started off as a show about robots realizing they have consciousness, they're kind of opening it up into the idea that like, well, we're all just the same thing, like essentially just programmed by an AI. Like it's just.
Yeah, that seemed like the way they were going in how the last season ended. Like it seemed like that world was going to spill out into the real world. Like she got out or something, right? I think that's how that ended. If I recall.
But like this season takes place pretty much outside of.
Oh, that's crazy.
Westworld, yeah. So it's the actual civilization.
So the Internet of Things.
Oh, dude, it's all like smart cars.
That's awesome.
It's like you have.
It's gonna be wild.
More of a sci-fi show because you got like cars that are all determined by the smart grid and like they're all pre-programmed routes, and there's lots of that like Black Mirror-esque tech that they're talking about. It's pretty good.
Check it.
Okay, Rehoboam was the first king of the kingdom of Judah, so he was the son to Solomon. So there's they're not going to name something Old Testament without it meaning some shit in a show. Come on now.
Come on now.
Especially when it's written by Christopher Nolan's brother.
Yeah, Jonathan Nolan.
There's actually too much shit out right now. I still can't watch all of it or consume it much of
Wasn't
much as
there
I'd like.
Aleister Crowley descendant working on the music, or was it a different show?
What's his name? Ramin Djawadi. That's the guy who did Game of Thrones. I think is also the one who does the score for that show.
J.J. Abrams produces it.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot.
He's written excellent scores like this one.
Steak, 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 steak,
Steak.
But don't watch the original movie. It's a piece of shit. The original with Yul Brynner.
The original Westworld?
Yeah, with Yul Brynner is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible, huh? They decided to make
Man,
a
you
series.
know what was a bad movie, dude? That Bloodshot. Oh, that
Bloodshot.
sucked. Bloodshot. Vin Diesel.
Oh, with Vin Diesel? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not that good.
We didn't even get an entertainment news jingle. Man, we didn't set this up.
I know.
at all.
We got to drop. Yeah.
Do we have an
it's Nathan Crowley is a series production designer, not music.
Oh, wait, really? He's actually a Crowley? Or is that just a coincidence?
His name's Crowley, and I think pretty much anyone with that
Could be
name is
arts and
related. So at some point.
When we do arts and fashion?
I guess it'd be arts. It'd be
I'll totally play
entertainment.
the arts and fashion jingle right now. We'll do it.
Just for fun.
We're done already. We might as well do something else.
We can keep going. We can talk about movies until the end of time.
Tiger King segment yet.
Tiger King.
We got to be the most basic of podcast bitches.
Arts and fashion.
I'll talk some Tiger King.
Am I the only one that's
No, I had to say
Cruising with steak passion. Certified clip wall jingle. I'm talking Mona Lisa wearing bell bottoms and Picasso wearing jingle jeans and Jerry's t-shirt mail. Felix paintings for sale. James Cruz doodling on a computer and Grimsteak's meat art for his sweetheart. Arts and fashion segments. Arts and fashion jingle.
Hell yeah. So Tiger King, you guys, I haven't watched it. I don't plan on watching it because it seems like the most recent psyop. Everybody's distracted by it and obsessing over it. And I've heard 3 people already commenting about it at work because apparently these people were up in Michigan City, which is kind of a shithole city, in northern Indiana. And so I have this theory about it, how they put it out right now to almost bring unity in the country because everybody's like, oh, I know this. Everybody has a story with this tiger person. Everybody, it seems. Who, if you've had an encounter with a big cat, it's probably with these people. So it's some way to just psyop. And I also think that there might be subliminal flashing lights that nobody could pick up with the naked eye.
Yeah, I wasn't when I heard about it when it first came out, I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, whatever. But I'm a sucker for a crazy hillbilly accent and shit, dude. It got me good, and I couldn't stop, man. I couldn't stop, and it's just ridiculous. I mean,
basically,
whatever. The show is whatever, but yeah,
it's basically a one giant metaphor for the Trump-Clinton 2016 election.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You watched it?
Yeah, I did.
I'm at episode almost 6, I think.
Yeah, it's very clear they're setting up a middle of America because it's just I vaguely remember the news stories from wherever that was a few years ago about this gay.
Dude, I remember when Joe Exotic ran for president in the 2016 election.
Yeah,
I remember when that happened.
Yeah. So he runs, and obviously not Trump, but he represents that kind of just everyone who works for him is just trailer trash, basically homeless, methed out people all just working on a farm and just feeding cats used Walmart meat, just aged Walmart.
Yeah,
meat.
they take all the meat trucks, or the sell by date, then they get all the free meat. And then they
Yeah, so
they said it was like 70 grand a day.
Yeah, it's like
or some
60,
shit
70
to feed
grand a
tigers.
day. No, to feed all of them. They had like 200 tigers or some
Yeah,
shit.
it's insane. It was funny today on ESPN. I saw on the bottom on the crawler. I guess Shaquille O'Neal makes an appearance on the show.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
of course he does.
Yeah,
it's only because he bought a tiger. At some point.
And he says he doesn't own a tiger and shit. Yeah, it was kind of funny. He was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I like to support the big cats or something." You could see it, the crawler. I'm like, "Oh man, he's gonna be walking back, whatever." I can't wait to get to that episode, but
they're
coming up soon on it.
This reminds me of something. I think I put it in the chats, but I watched Space Jam, rewatched
So did I.
Part of Space Jam, but you know the part with the basketball teams canceled the season because they all think that there's a germ or something because the aliens possess them or take their secret talents.
I hope.
Damn.
I hope we have the Space Jam reality. God, I hope we're in the Space Jam reality.
Damn, hell yeah.
So I was thinking it's kind of like predictive programming.
Totally.
Because that's so like much. A #1 movie up on Netflix or like one of the featured new movies.
Man. Oh yeah, they're totally they totally have their nail on something right there with that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole entire like quarantine thing, and there's like helicopters flying around a stadium, and you know, press conference outside of the stadium saying, "No, we're canceling the season or whatever."
Man. People are joking that Space Jam predicted the NBA suspension.
Yeah. Well, dude, I just like to think how we've been how so many conspiracy theorists and so much shit we've just been thinking about, like how this is going to happen, some sort of government lockdown, some sort of crazy event going on. It's been manifested. Like it's a giant we just created this reality that we're in now. Because so many people just became internet guys. Like internet guys was not supposed to be the world. It was a select few just of weirdos who just shit posted online to each other on troll forums, and that's all it was meant to be. It was not supposed to be the entire world. That's how you met.
Yeah, I didn't ask for this.
It's
but the internet is magic. So awesome.
It's awesome. Exactly, it is awesome, and it was a power. It was powerful, and then once iPhones came out in 2007, the world became everywhere, like everything. Like it is just there's a lot, like human intention is strong as fuck, and if you're putting it behind something and a lot of it, and if a lot of people are thinking the same thing, things are gonna happen.
That's how you got Cruising with Steak.
That's 100% how we got Cruising with Steak.
Clear out the coronavirus.
All right, yeah, just think about it disappearing.
Right now, we'll just think about it disappearing, like
and
Donald Trump said.
give these fucking scumbag banker motherfucking elites. We're gonna give them no power. They are nothing. Nothing.
The placebo effect is a real thing. I mean,
100%. That's what this whole entire thing is.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of It's a bunch of people that have spent their whole lives basically being like really gullible and also being hypochondriacs. And so
but I think there is really a magic trick going on here.
Yeah, well, I mean that's part, but it's done on people that are highly susceptible.
Oh, okay,
to being tricked, and then you can, then you combine that with like the nutrition and lifestyle, and they're gonna get sick. Like it's just what happens when people who have that type of lifestyle are subjected to this like constant 24/7 like fear porn shit. Just like 100% of the time, like us, these conspiracy guys over here, it's just like you get used to it after a while. You just kind of brush it off, like it's probably something, but like you can't just spend your whole life like cowering in fear at the idea that like your government isn't really out for you, like your best interests. Like people that are just realizing now if you're just now realizing that the government does some shit, I mean, good for you. Welcome.
You're gonna be really pissed off for a while.
Now, welcome to the club. But like I've had a
little
the
7 stages.
Like where you're just dude, like right when I first started in like listening to some shit and I'm just like screaming at people that I knew about fucking 9/11, dude. Like who gives a like now? Of course, like you work through that shit eventually.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's that period of time where you're just like, I know this shit.
The waking up process
and everyone
is not
needs
fun.
to know about this right now.
Yes.
And you go around and tell people, and then everyone
and they
just
look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
When that happens.
Nope.
Did you guys come up with a show title?
No. Well, you got one?
No.
Ah, damn. Maybe just Mind Virus. Mind Virus might be a good show title. That's all this is. Fucking Mind Virus, man.
Yeah,
because you could control it's easier to control a scared population, make them fearful.
It's got to be something about scars, dude.
Scars or Bad Moon Rising.
Bad Moon Rising. Yeah.
Bad Scar Rising.
Bad Scar Rising.
No, that's a shit.
I have a scar on
Bathroom on the right.
I have a scar underneath on my bicep side of my elbow on my left hand from turning around into an open pizza oven door from when I worked as a pizza delivery guy.
Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah,
scars.
it was. Oh man,
dude, how long did you deliver?
Pizza
ovens. Dude, I love delivering pizzas. My best job.
Oh man,
yeah,
dude.
I went for years.
I did it for I don't know, maybe not quite a year, maybe like 8 to 10 months.
I mean, I'm sure I've shared delivery stories on the show before. I'm sure this has happened.
It's about like a dead body.
I'm sure I guarantee we're such fucking potheads. I guarantee this exact conversation has happened. Like you probably mentioned it, and I was like, "Dude, you deliver?" I was like, "I deliver." 100%. This is happening.
Tell the same stories.
No,
because I even think I've told the story about how you should always carry a pizza box with you and a pizza bag.
Yeah, I've heard. I remember this story. I remember this story. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
God, I'm in a fucking time loop.
We're just getting too meta.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
what we'll say.
What do you guys?
Self-referential.
What do you guys think of the Spork character in Toy Story 4?
I haven't seen Toy Story.
I didn't even know Toy Story 4 was a thing.
There's a 4?
I haven't seen it yet, but my wife said
Poor Sporky.
She thinks the Spork is kind of weird.
It is kind of weird, but you know what? My sister picked it as her avatar. What does that say?
I don't know.
I don't know what that says. I don't know what the sport character is.
Either she's lazy and just picked the first one she saw.
This is possible.
James, you probably know Sporky.
Sporky? No, I don't know
From
that
Toy Story.
character. I know, but I haven't seen that. The newest movie.
I remember a friend.
I already got rid of my Disney Plus. I got rid of it after a month. I don't know.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll probably get it back eventually. I'll just take turns paying $20 for one of these things. I don't know. I don't.
This episode brought to you by Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, we haven't done a lot of Disney Plus plugging lately. That's true. There was like a couple.
Where's our money?
There was a solid week there. Man, or maybe weeks. Fuck.
Yeah, just Netflix really, and some Hulu.
Wait, so Felix, where were you going with the Sporky thing?
I was just throwing it out there because my wife said she thought it was a weird character.
So I looked it up as to what like their personality type was, and it's like they didn't think they were. What was it? It was something like they didn't think they were a real character, and then they were depressed, and then they kind of came to a self-realization that they were a real thing.
Garbage. Oh.
Yeah, they thought they were garbage.
Oh, wait.
Oh, it's a spork because it's an in-between thing?
Yeah, but then they finally realized the value of them.
No way.
Sporks aren't toys, so wait.
No.
What is this lore? What is this lore we're establishing here where not only the toys are live, but also inanimate objects are count? Because this is a toy-only show.
Wait, wasn't it a spork toy? I remember seeing a picture of this thing. Didn't it have a face? Wasn't it an anthropomorphic?
I think you're just thinking of the hamburger helper mascot.
It
was the glove, right?
She said talking glove.
Hamburger helper glove.
The hamburger helper glove.
Actually, now that you're thinking,
oh, isn't it like a fork head?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think
it is a glove.
a wooden spoon.
Oh well, there is the spoon.
Wait, are we getting Mandela affected right now?
Hamburger helper,
dude. I do not remember a wooden spoon, so we are totally.
Well, that was Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker was a hamburger helper product, right?
Anthropomorphic.
Somebody was
spoons.
a glove.
Yeah, isn't there anthropomorphic spoons? Which one's that? Maybe no.
Lonely.
Who knows?
It's like kids cereal.
Dude, we've been brainwashed with so much ad. We're talking about ads right now.
I know.
It's got the
What kind of chapstick? What kind of chapstick you guys use?
Hello, Carmack.
No.
Hello, Carmack.
Fuck that Blistex.
Once you start using chapstick, you can never stop.
I use it.
Sounded too much like blister.
I use it seasonally. I use the chapstick like from November to January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just raking in the sponsorship dollars right now.
Chapstick money.
We're not
P&G.
getting.
P&G,
Yeah,
reach
I
out to
love
me.
Diet Pepsis. Diet Pepsis are the
We're
best.
sellouts, but we're
sure.
stoners, so we forget to do all of the product placements until the very end. And so the last 5 minutes, we're just like, hey, how about that Carmex? Hey, what about Hamburger Helper? You guys like that?
It's in there.
I think I'd have a heart attack if somebody sent us something, actually.
That would be the best.
Grimstick show title: Chapstick money.
Chapstick money. Give me that chapstick money. Chapstick ad revenue. Get chapstick.
Yes.
Fucking big chap just taking over all the podcasts.
Oh, it would be perfect. That'd be perfect for a podcaster with like dry mouth or like dry lips.
But well-aged chapstick.
Ridiculous bullshit.
For all you podcasters out there, this is the chapstick for you.
Everyone knows there's no better sound than somebody applying chapstick really close to a mic while you're on a podcast. We should spend about 30 seconds of each show where we all just apply chapsticks really close.
Real close ASMR
right now.
chapstick application.
Yeah.
Be intermission.
Oh, except for mine is naked organic lip balm,
Get out of here with that shit.
not chapstick.
My wife buys. She goes back. She goes back and buys the chapstick she's been using since she was 13 years old. It's called Gator Gooba.
Of course. What is it called?
Gator Gooba.
Gator Gooba.
Somebody needs to tell her that that's not a chapstick.
We can't take it anymore.
No.
This is Dr. Boners.
No.
Naked
Dr.
organic lip
Boner.
balm. No, Dr. Boners.
Oh.
I was kidding about bones.
My father-in-law, they had this doctor growing up that there was like a family one that they went to in the neighborhood, and it was something crazy like Dr. Ouch or something like that. Yeah. What the hell was it? It was crazy because some of the other people that he ran into somebody recently that grew up in that area, and that was the first thing they talked about was the name of that doctor. Yeah.
Is his name like malpractice or something?
No,
Dr. Malpractice.
It was like, oh my God, what the hell was it?
Dr. Stitch.
Malpractice or something?
No. It was. What the hell was it? Sorry,
turn your head
maybe
and
you
cough.
guys can keep talking. I'll try to keep thinking of it for the time being here. What the hell is it though? Damn it! It's something goofy like that.
Look it up on Google.
Who was in it?
He said Dr. Ouch.
No, the doctor's last name was something crazy.
Oh,
just
Dr.
a real doctor.
Pickles or something, right? Dr.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
Dr.
it
Giggles.
was something
Dr.
painful. It
Giggles.
was something painful, like or
Dr.
maybe a
Giggles.
dentist.
This is a real life? Real life
Yeah, this
doctor?
was real life. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's Dr. Giggles.
something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Dr. Skin Tag.
Dr. Giggles is the worst brand of chapstick I've ever used.
Dr. Giggles.
Wait, it's not. Chapstick is the brand. I'm doing that thing where you say when you call something like a Kleenex instead of a tissue, because chapstick is
It's
just
true.
the name of it.
Yeah.
Or
It'd be like,
Q-tips.
hey,
Q-tips
go
are
get
cotton swabs.
go grab your Dr. Giggles, or go get me a Dr. Giggles.
My lips are dry.
Oh, it was Yipe.
Yipe.
home and
The
get
guy's
your
last
money,
name was
chap.
Yipe. Yeah,
Dr. Yipe.
Dr. Yipe.
Jeez.
He was one of the first investors in Yelp.
Oh man.
Go home and get your fucking chapstick.
Fucking Yipe.
James Cruz.
Chadstick.
Wait, was that Trump saying James Cruz?
Yes, that is Trump saying James
It
Cruz.
is.
Where'd you get that?
That just reminded me that Goodfellas is on Netflix this month. So
Oh,
be sure to
man.
watch it again. Go home
Yeah,
and get
but
your
when he
fucking
called him the
shine
other day.
James Cruz.
Yeah,
shit, guys.
That's pretty good one.
Hey, Lady Boss, you got to leave those lips alone, baby.
Oh man.
So do I have a Nox Mente tomorrow?
She gives me chapstick kisses.
The
Gives me chapstick
classic
kisses.
thirst mente transition.
You gotta leave
Damn.
those lips alone.
It's not the first one. Denver Michaels answered your question.
Hell yeah, Denver Michaels.
Clown World.
Clown World.
Oh, speaking of Clown World, I got a good Clown World for you. I had that pulled up before.
Oh yeah, you had something about clowns? We could wrap up on that.
Yeah, I got some good clown audio that I found earlier today. Thought it was pretty funny. Yeah.
Hey, Daddy. I've missed you. Where have you been? You know what they say about big feet, right? Yeah. I want to be your boyfriend. Daddy, do you like my hair? Is my hair pretty?
This is so weird.
Do I look pretty for you?
What are we
Is
doing?
bad.
Hey, Daddy, I know what you want to do.
Am I dead right now?
We're wrapping
We
the
just
show up
want
on
Trump
this. And Mr. Safety, we are playing the clown from the meme chat. That's exactly what's happening. Oh, this is hell yeah. guys.
What a way to
We're all
just
going stir crazy.
suck all of our souls out at the very end of the show.
It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I need my Dr. Giggles.
I have a really funny story about Axe body spray.
Another one.
So
Stop trying to cram sponsors in. We gotta save some for the next show.
When it first came out, there was a there was a flavor called Voodoo, which I love. It smells so good.
A flavor.
Anyway, after
The flavor or was it a scent?
No, it was dog. It was a flavor.
That's not Dr. Giggles, that's Brazil, Tim Steak. Anyway, after 9/11, you couldn't they stopped making it, right? And after 9/11, you couldn't ship aerosol cans on planes anymore. The only place I found it left was in Australia.
I remember this story.
So I bought like 4 cases of it.
That's the end of the clip. That's a ridiculous clip. I have no clue.
Oh my god.
Oh man. All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
We stuck an Axe body spray commercial in between the terrifying clown video.
Steaky Bob just posted Chadstick.
It wasn't a commercial because I'm pissed at them. I never bought it again.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
you didn't get him, did you?
It's goddamn 9/11.
That's right.
9/11.
Oh, that's right, because of 9/11.
It screwed up your flavor game.
Yeah, but
Well, the company that makes it stopped making that flavor.
It didn't taste right anymore.
There it is, dudes. Yeah.
This segment is sponsored by 9/11.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
WTC 7. Come on.
Won't go away.
Won't go away.
that's gonna be the show title. Chadstick.
Chadstick almost.
Like Chadstick's good.
Chadstick. Oh, shit.
Ow.
That'll do it. Thanks for listening, everybody. Patreon.com/cruisersteak or for a one-time
That's more of
donation,
a booty
grimsteak.com/donate. And yeah, thank you, everybody. You guys are
Love
awesome.
ya.
I fucking love you guys. You guys
Stay
are great.
safe.
Videos will be in chat spout from Midway Airport tomorrow. I'm coming out to Lady Boshi. It's happening.
Wash your
Hell yeah.
hands.
Wash your hands. Clean yourself.
Don't answer your doors.
Yeah, don't answer your doors, people. Good night. Goodbye.
There's no heartbreak to speak of in my proximity. But when I factor in the wider world, my outlook is painted in misery. commiserate with me? Can you commiserate with me? Let me share with you my dream. Where we all live simply so that others may simply live. And we wake the world from this nightmare. Come on, all you millennials, and give it all you got to give. Can't we all live simply so that others may simply live? Let's wake the world from this nightmare. Come on, all you millennials, and give it all you've got to give. Give it all you've got to give.